Now, so give a warm welcome to Mr. Dimitri.
Thank you. Thank you. Is this thing on? All right. Well, guys, thank you, San Diego Investment Club and Reggie for having me here. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into my presentation. And tonight, I will be talking to you about ultimate retirement plan. And very, very powerful concept. But before I jump into that, just wanted to tell you briefly about myself. As you can hear from my accent, I'm not from here. I actually was born in Russia, and I immigrated here about 16 years ago. I didn't speak any English. I didn't have any money at that time. But I was fortunate enough to come to a presentation similar to this and learn about real estate investing back in 1999. And that was life-changing for me. And actually, this is a picture of my family. I'm one of 9 brothers. Can you imagine that? My parents really wanted to have a girl, but it didn't happen. So they would try. But now they're excited because they have a lot of granddaughters. And this is at my little brother's wedding. And that's about the only time that all of us can get together, because some of my brothers are out of state now, and it's pretty difficult to get everybody together. And now with having kids and grandkids from being 11, now it's over 50. But this is the reason why I do what I do. This is my beautiful wife and our 6-year-old daughter. And the reason I'm showing you this, guys, that each and every one of you probably have a similar goal or similar reason. And you should have that in front of you. When you working, when you have that goal, it's going to help you keep you stay motivated and reaching your goals. What we do is we help people unlock the retirement accounts and obtain control over the retirement accounts so that they can have the freedom to invest their money as they wish. And our MC asked a question which I wasn't watching. I was trying to mentally prepare. But how many of you guys do have some kind of retirement account? So about 95% of you in the room. And if I were asked a question, I know that you guys are a more intelligent group here. But how many of you honestly can say that you're excited about returns that you get inside of your retirement account over the last 10 years? So I've got few hands come up, and probably because you already have a self-directed retirement account. But most of us, if you have a retirement account, an IRA or 401k, it's been locked into the stock market and you have no control over what's happening. So the way around that is to obtain that control. Just a quick comparison. If you have an IRA right now, that's what you have. It's held with the custodian and controlled by the custodian. Your investment options very, very limited. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. With self-directed IRA, this is a snapshot of investment options that when I was working at my last job, I received about once a year. We had a meeting when a guy from a 401k company will come up and share with us the choices that we had. About a dozen choices, that's it. With self-directed IRA or 401k, your choices are virtually limitless. I'm going to give you an example. This is one of our recent clients. Jason actually lives in Tallahassee, Florida. He found us online. He contacted us. We had a consultation. He had an account, actually a couple of different accounts totaling about $135,000. He lost money over the years in the stock market. So we established a self-directed 401k for him, and that's the results after. He was able to buy an investment property with those funds. He was able to take a portion of his retirement money and invest in his brother's manufacturing business. And he also took a portion of his funds and invested actually in a mortgage note. Now his loan is secured by real property. Do you think he's better diversified now than before? And this is not the limit. It's up to your imagination how far you want to diversify, how much you want to diversify that. So what is a solo 401k? And solo 401k is also known as individual 401k, owner-only 401k, or ultimate retirement plan. It's not a new plan. They've been around for quite some time, but most people are just not aware of them. And just as the name implies, it's organized under Internal Revenue Code section 401 subsection K. And the solo means it's designed for owner-only businesses. Only two requirements that you need to be aware of: the presence of legitimate self-employment activity and absence of full-time employees. So let's take a look into that. Any type of business will qualify. You can be a sole proprietor, you can be a corporation or a partnership or an LLC. As long as you're in legitimate business and you have intention of generating profit. You don't have to generate profit to establish the plan. You just have to have intention of generating a profit. Then you qualify. There is no threshold how much profit you need to generate. The IRS doesn't tell you that. And it can be full-time business, or it can be in addition to a full-time business. Many people are investors, real estate agents. Some people have full-time jobs and they do a business on the side. That qualifies you to establish the plan. And the second is absence of full-time employees. Your spouse can be part of the business. Spouse doesn't count. But you cannot have full-time employees. And IRS definition of full-time is 1,000 hours or more a year, which is about 20 hours a week. Independent contractors are not included here, and union employees as well. Now, and this is the part that actually I'm the most excited, because it lists the reasons why everyone, I think, should have a plan like that. The advantages, solo 401k advantages. Number one is a high contribution limits. Now, how many of you guys know how much money you can put into an IRA a year? $5,000, $5,500. Actually, IRAs increased the limit this year to $5,500. Last year it was $5,000. Now, if you're over age 50, then you've got $1,000 in catch-up contribution. So total $6,500 is the maximum. With solo 401k, you can contribute in 2013 up to $56,500. It's nearly 10 times more than an IRA. Now, what happened last November? We had election. Now, what was one of the things as a result of this election? You guys been here a few months ago when we talked about the taxes. The taxes have gone up, and it's not just for the rich, but also for the middle class as well. That was one of the items that made many people concerned. We actually had influx of new business coming in December, because people were really concerned about paying higher taxes, and they were looking for ways to lower their tax liability. Solo 401k is a great option that gives you a way to shelter a good chunk of your income from taxes and put it into a tax sheltered account. The next is a loan feature. Now, if you guys have an IRA and you need the money for something, can you take it before you retire, your retirement age? Well, you can, but you're going to have to pay for it. Yes, you're going to have to pay taxes plus penalties. You can't even take 1 penny from your IRA account without being taxed and penalized prior to the retirement age. Well, guess what? A solo 401k comes with the loan feature that gives you the ability and access to up to $50,000. You can take a loan from your account and use it for any reason. The loan must be paid back within 5 years, but it is available for you. It's like you're actually creating your own bank that will never turn you down, and you always will have access to those funds. Very powerful. Next is a Roth type contribution. Do you guys know how much you can contribute into Roth IRA? The same as traditional, $5,500 or $6,500. Well, guess what? With Solo 401k, it comes with the Roth sub-account. It's actually a separate bucket that's built into Solo 401k that allows you to put up to $23,000 into a Roth after-tax money. Now, some of you probably not qualified to put any funds into Roth IRA because you just make too much money. You're not qualified to make contributions there. With Solo 401k, regardless of your income, you have up to $23,000 that you can make contributions. Checkbook control and cost-effective administration. Because a Solo 401k plan is set up under a different set of IRS rules, and it is established as a trust, custodian is not required. We can establish the plan, and you can be the trustee of your own plan. That means that you don't have to go to the custodian, and you can control your account yourself. As a trustee, you can go to any bank using the plan documents. You can open a bank account in the name of the trust, and you control that. And another benefit is that you're going to save probably thousands and thousands of dollars in fees over the years. And your spouse, if your spouse is part of the business, can also participate in the plan and can have additional account under the plan. So that will give you the ability to double your tax benefits. It gives you the ability to double the contributions into your plan and saves even more money. Also, it is exempt from unrelated debt finance income tax. If you have an IRA and you finance a property inside of your retirement account, you're going to have to pay some taxes, even though it's a retirement account. The Solo 401k plan is exempt from that rule. It's another reason why to set up a 401k and buy a property with leverage in the plan. Basically, it gives you unlimited investment opportunities. The only restrictions are those that are set up or established by the IRS. They're defined under Internal Revenue Code section 4975, and those are the only few things that you cannot invest in. Other than that, it's up to your imagination. And you can actually combine multiple accounts. If you have an IRA or 401k from the past employer, or any other accounts, retirement accounts, you can actually combine them into one Solo 401k, and you can have control over that account with the checkbook. Very simple process. First, the business adopts the plan, makes the decision, we give you the paperwork to do that. Next, the plan is established, all the paperwork is created. The bank account is established, and then you request the transfer from existing 401k or an IRA into your new plan, and then you make the investment just as simple as writing a check. It's that simple. Now, this is concept new for many, many people. And we're actually trying to create the awareness. And this is a very unique solution that beneficial for many, many businesses. We actually received a call a couple of months ago from this TV program, 21st Century Business. They invited me to come to their studio and do a program on the solution that we provide for the businesses. Businesses need to be aware, and small business owners need to be aware of the solutions that are out there. Now, that's about my part. I had a very limited time. I could talk for an hour and a half, but to give you all of the details. Now, if you guys want to have a full access to a full presentation, I do have a copy of that. I can send you a link for that if you'd like to send me an email or grab my business card on the back, and I'm also going to stick around. So you guys feel free to do that. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you for having me.